All right, y'all, so it is certainly hot here in Curacao today. I'm literally melting. All right, y'all, so here I am in my room, and the problem with going to bed early last night is that it's 2 a.m. and I'm wide awake now. So much for an early start tomorrow, because I'm gonna probably toss around for another hour or two and then fall back asleep until, 9 or 10. So anyway, yeah, that's what's up. We'll talk soon. Good morning, friends. So I didn't do too bad as far as waking up in the middle of the night and not being able to fall back asleep. I only stayed up for maybe another hour, fell asleep around 3, and then I woke up at about 9:30 this morning, which is about what I predicted would happen. It is now close to 11, because obviously I got ready and all that stuff this morning after I woke up, but I'm fully ready to go. We're in Curaçao today. I was just here recently, and I will be here again in October with Carlos, so I'm kind of like not in any hurry to get off. I'm also debating if maybe I want to eat first on board and then get off, or get off and eat something. I did book a Zumi for tonight for dinner, so maybe that'll be my paid meal for the day, and I won't get anything in Curaçao. At first, though, I'm gonna go up to the deck side and look over and see where we're at and how things look down below, and then wait out the clock for lunch, or decide if I'm gonna get off already or what the case is. I will be getting off today at some point, I promise, because we only have 3 ports on this 10-night cruise, so got to take advantage of being able to get off when we can. And this is the first of 3, and they're all in a row. So we're going to end with like 4 sea days. So I might be going stir crazy if I don't ever get off the ship. Anyway, so more to come. I'll take you with me. We'll see what we see. We'll do what we do. And we'll talk soon. All right, y'all, so it is certainly hot here in Curaçao today. I'm literally melting. But it's a really nice port. You come out into this purpose-built area, and then you can exit through like a fort kind of thing. And then that takes you into like a sort of a landing area that has a couple of restaurants. And then you cross over this floating bridge, and then you're in downtown, which is where I did the arts tour and stuff last time. So yeah, very walkable. Lots to do, lots to see. Definitely like Curaçao, however you say it. I don't like the blue, mixer for drinks very much, but I like the island. You can see we've got Vision of the Seas, that's us, and then we've got Carnival Horizon off yonder. And that's all this port can hold, I think. It's just 2 ships, so we're at capacity for today. We'll talk soon. So I made my way back over so that I could board the ship, and when I got on board, I walked through the casino. The casino's not normally a place that you can record, but since we were in port, all of the machines were off. Or I guess they were on technically, but not operable, so they don't mind you recording. They really only worry about recording actual gameplay. And just like with most casinos, many people lost tons of money in here this week, especially with the number of sea days that we had on this sailing. But yeah, and then from there, I made my way back down to my room. Alright, y'all, so I am back on board. As you can tell, quite hot out there. I think I already said that. Anyway, I just stopped at the room to drop off my wallet and stuff because I don't need those on board. Just the SeaPass card is perfectly fine for most things. And so yeah, I'm gonna freshen up. Then I'm gonna go get a drink. I was out there for maybe almost 2 hours, an hour and a half or so, and just kind of walking around exploring. Lots of different shops and things. The 5 o'clock somewhere bar, Margaritaville bar, was definitely hopping and popping. People were, living their best life up in there. But I was like, I'm just going to come back and get drinks on board that are already paid for instead of, spending more money out there. But yeah, so it is, what time is it? Almost 3. So we're still here for a few more hours, but I am done with Curaçao for today. And I'm going to enjoy the ship while it's still relatively empty. We'll do some things this evening. I'm not sure what exactly, but yeah, more to come, of course. And I have Azumi, the sushi place, later as well, so we'll see what that's like. And yeah, I'll, of course, take you with me. We'll see what we see, we'll do what we do, and we'll talk soon. My room was conveniently located on the lobby level, so I always came out into the atrium when I came out of my room, and I watched one of the great glass elevators go up before making my way up and out to the solarium. I actually had a couple of bartenders in the solarium at this point, so that was my go-to bar, and I had a Tito's and Sprite and hung out in there for a while before making my way out to the main pool deck to kind of observe the port and the surrounding area a little bit more. At that point, I decided it was time to take a couple of laps around the walking track because, as I've mentioned, I tried to put in a little bit of exercise so that I don't, gain 1,000,000 pounds while I'm on a cruise. Especially a longer sailing like this, and with as often as I cruise, I need to get that in as much as possible. The walking track led me around to the rock climbing wall, which I thought maybe I would do at some point because that's really the only major, extreme activity that they have on board Vision of the Seas. And I think there was a designated time slot for those of us with the key anyway, so it would be really easy for me to do it when it was open. But at this point, it was closed, so I made my way out to the main pool deck to lounge around for a little bit. The weather was pretty perfect and the ship was pretty empty at this point, so I hung out up there for a little bit before making my way back inside. And I decided it would be cool to ride the great glass elevator down a few floors so that I could go and explore the ship a little bit more. Alright y'all, so I'm going to try the solos thing again that's happening right now. I haven't really had a whole lot of luck with it. I've met people, but nothing that's been kind of long lasting or anything, so maybe I'll meet some friends. I don't know. I'm really struggling to find, bartenders and friends this cruise. I feel like I'm sticking out like a sore thumb, and not in a good way. But anyway, we'll see what happens, and we'll talk soon. So it's convenient that these events take place in the Centrum, but it's also very hard to figure out who's here for the solo thing. Same thing with the LGBTQ thing. It's just a big open space that a lot of people go through and frequent and sit in and drink in. So it's not like I can just go up to someone and be like, oh, are you solo too? Or are you gay too? I don't know. I'm not sure what the answer is. A more intimate venue, I guess. But you know what? I'm going to sit here and have a drink, and then I'm going to go back to the room and chill for a little bit, charge my phone, and then it'll be time for dinner. Azumi sushi. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. But yeah, we'll talk soon. So it turns out that it's Caribbean night, and the shirt I was wearing yesterday would have been so much better for that, but I didn't know. So I'm wearing my flamingo shirt, which fits the vibe, and especially since I'm eating sushi tonight, I don't have to get fully dressed up or anything. That's one thing that cruise lines do that really bother me, and it's all of them. They don't really put out in advance what you need to bring for theme nights and stuff. You just kind of have to guess or, talk to people who have recently sailed that ship or whatever. And I feel like that's kind of a missed step for them because, they have Caribbean night, Italian night, formal night, 70s, 80s, whatever night. And you don't always know to pack for those. And sometimes you either have to overpack and bring stuff for every possible scenario, or you're missing something for an important event. So, anyway, yeah, cruise lines do better. Literally send an email out. This is what your, themed nights look like on your itinerary. And whatever. I understand it's subject to change and it depends on the cruise director and whatever, but yeah, I've always struggled with that. But anyway, I'm going to let my phone charge for a little bit and then I'm going to go do stuff, kill some time before dinner. But yeah, this is what I'm wearing to dinner in about an hour. So we'll talk soon. All right, y'all. So as you can tell by my bloodshot eyes and my groggy voice, I actually did fall asleep for a little bit, and I needed it apparently, but that's okay. I'm gonna head up to the Viking Crown Lounge, which is right below Azumi, or right on, I think, yeah, right below it, and grab a drink there, and then head up to Azumi. I have the reservation in about 30 minutes, so that's the plan. So that's what's next, dinner. I'm definitely craving sushi today, so this is perfect. But yeah, we'll talk soon.
What a day this has been, what a rare mood I'm in. Why, it's almost like being in love. There's a smile on my face for the whole human race. Why, it's almost like being in love.
Azumi was good, but the portions were a little bit smaller than I was expecting. I was glad there were multiple courses included in the prefix, and of course you can also order things a la carte if needed. But then from there I made my way out to the pool deck where they were having some sort of deck party, and of course several people were out there dancing. I didn't join in this time. I decided to make my way over to the bar and just kind of observe from afar. As I've mentioned before, people watching is one of my favorite pastimes, and after a while I made my way back down to the R bar where they were still out of Dos Equis, so I grabbed a red stripe instead and just kind of chilled in there for a little bit. While I was sitting there, they started an event called Dancing with the Stripes, and basically you could be paired up with one of the crew members on board, and they sort of did like a dance-a-thon type thing. The first thing they did was introduce each participant and who they'd be paired up with, and they sort of did like a little dance bit to show off their skills, and it was pretty cool because obviously each dancer had their own sort of style, and as things went along they would eliminate a couple, and then to keep from being eliminated, people started doing more and more crazy things to like stay in the competition. It started off pretty innocent, but then people were on the floor and in the air and just doing all kinds of craziness, and it was way too much fun. I had seen the event in the schedule but didn't really think much of it. I just coincidentally happened to be there for the singles and solos thing, and I'm glad I was in the right place at the right time because I really enjoyed this one. And at the end, when all the couples were eliminated, they announced the winner, and it was this guy, and we all agreed that he was absolutely the best one out there, so yeah.
Our amazing couple win the first place!
Alright y'all, that's a wrap. It is almost midnight, so it is time to bed down. Bonaire tomorrow, I've never been there, so I don't have any excursions or anything booked, but I do plan to get off and explore as much of the immediate area as possible. Carlos and I will be back in Aruba, Bonaire, and Curaçao in October, so we plan to book an excursion in Bonaire since I've done excursions in the other two, and we'll see how that goes. But for tomorrow, I'm just gonna walk around and explore and see what I see and do what I do. today was good. That Dancing with the Stripes thing was super fun. Way more entertaining than I thought it would be. What else? Azumi was good. Not the best kind of sushi experience I've ever had. I also don't think it was very good value. My one sushi roll that I had, the California roll, was tiny, and in general, it was pretty middle of the road. Not bad. If it were an included option, I would eat there a lot. But since it's, $40 with the gratuities for the prefix, and the individual, items are pretty expensive a la carte. I personally wouldn't recommend Azumi unless you're, really wanting or needing sushi. Otherwise, what else happened today? Just kind of hung out. I did explore Curaçao a little bit, obviously, and, the pool deck, and had some drinks and all those things, and it was a pretty good day. I'm looking forward to another port day tomorrow. So anyway, I want to thank you all so much for traveling with me. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. We'll talk soon, and y'all have a good night.